Girl, why are you letting yourself go? Why the grey hair? This is just one of the comments you might hear when you embark on your grey hair journey. So, to hear some more negative comments and maybe how you can respond to them, keep on watching. I'm Haji at the Grey Indian. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. This channel is all about my grey hair journey, sharing my experience with like-minded women or women who want to jump onto this journey, and also talking about makeup and how my makeup has changed over the age of 40 and my skin. So if you're interested, please give me a subscribe and hit the notifications. I have videos coming out every Sundays. So now moving on to what this video today is actually about. Negative comments that we might receive from other people. I have to be honest, in my journey so far, I haven't received any negative comments. The only negative comment I did probably hear was when I was about to start my journey. So I actually hadn't started it. I just went to the hairdressers and told my hairdresser that, to blend my hair because I'm planning on growing the whites out. And the barber who's in the shop turned around and looked at me and said, "You want to go grey? Why do you want to go grey? It won't suit you." And I was just like, "Well, I just feel like it's my time now, so I want to go grey." And he was like, "But you're too young." And I said, "That's okay, I'm ready for it now, so we'll just see." Anyway, I didn't entertain the conversation too long. I walked over to my chair where my hair was going to get done, and that was that. But I have heard from so many other women about comments that they've, heard and remarks from people about their grey hair. And it just surprises me so much because I just think, it's that individual's hair. It's their body. They can do whatever they want to themselves. It's like, someone got like Botox done and they had the apples of their cheeks done. You wouldn't go up and just say, "Oh wow, like, your Botox is really harsh on your cheeks." Or if someone had their lips done, "Oh, I think your lips are too big." Like we're just not conditioned to say that, I don't think, as people. But for some reason, when it comes to grey hair, unsolicited comments just basically fly from all over the place. So today I'm going to go through a few of the negative comments and how I think you can respond, but I'm not telling you how to respond. I just think the way I would respond. So if it helps anyone out there, then I would have done my job today on this channel. Okay, so the first comment that I'm going to talk about is people turning around and saying to you, "Aren't you too young to be going grey?" Now, I started going grey when I was 43. I have seen women on Instagram who have started going grey from their 30s, like their mid 30s, their late 30s. And it's a surprising comment that I've heard, because surely the person who's going grey would know if they're at a good age or not. So if that is one of the comments, "Aren't you too young to go grey?" you can perhaps just say, "It's a good age for me. I just feel like I'm ready for it." I had an aunt who asked me, "Haji, aren't you too young?" And it was not in a negative way that she said it. She's just genuinely asking because she's never seen this before, right? And she started going grey in her 60s. So my response was, "Look, the way I see it is, if I don't find it easy to go grey now, I just don't see as I get older how I'm going to find it any easier." That was my response. I'm now in my 40s, 44. When I'm 54, I'm facially looking a little bit older. I don't know how it's going to be easier then. I would rather grow into that age with my greys, basically. So that is number one. Telling them that you feel like you're at a good age and that grey is only a colour, your natural colour, something we all own. Number two, you will look old. How dare they? Now just remember, when people tell you that you will look old or that you're starting to look old, they are not talking about how your face looks. They are not talking about how your body looks. They are not talking about how you move, how you walk, how you talk. They are simply just talking about a hair color, because they associate grey, white, silver hair with age. That only when you get old will you get that. And that's not true. There are girls as young as 12, 14, 15 who have started to have grey hair. So how is it an age thing? Really, it's just an uneducated thing, I think. So if they do say to you that, you know, you will look old, maybe you can just turn around and just shrug your shoulders and just be like, well, we'll wait and see. I think I'll look all right, but, you know, only time will tell. Always end the response in a nice smile. Number 3, will your husband or your partner like it? What's it got to do with you? I'm just joking. You can give that response if you want to, but if you want a nice, more subtle response, you can say, well, right now they're being quite supportive and they're encouraging and they're excited, like I am, to see how it's going to turn out. Not everybody has a supportive husband or partner, but you know what, for those of you who don't, just hang in there. You'll be surprised. 3 years before I did my hair, my husband wasn't on board. I was showing him all these girls, younger girls with silver hair, just trying to pry him into the silver hair. But he wasn't having it. And then lo and behold, 3 years later, he was just like, great, if, you know, if you're happy with it, you know, I like it. It actually suits you. So there we go. Number 4, won't you look like your kid's grandma? Not very nice, is it? Well, people just don't think when they talk a lot of the times. That is the association, isn't it? Little Red Riding Hood's grandma was grey. All grandmas in videos, movies, wherever you will see, it's always a grandma that's grey, and that's what's happened now, isn't it? Society, we've all been conditioned to think grey is old, but you know, if we saw more women like this in their natural form, we wouldn't necessarily think that. You know, we would all be conditioned to think actually grey is just a colour. So when you do hear that, what I would say is maybe you could just turn around and say, I personally don't think I look old enough to be a grandma, but it's okay because this is a good lesson for me to teach my kids, my grandkids, that grey is just a colour. Grey does not mean that you are old, and this is a really good education for them to learn moving forward about women and about hair colour and looking natural. Number 5, this is the one that grates on me. You're letting yourself go. Excuse me, but do I look like I'm letting myself go? Of course, I would not respond like that. But I might do actually. You're letting yourself go. Now, the question is, how do they know you're letting yourself go just because you've let your natural hair grow through? For me personally, and I think there'll be many women who will find this, once you start on that grey journey and let your hair grow through, you're going to find that you just start embracing yourself more and more. In fact, you start taking care of yourself more. You're thinking about your exercise, you're thinking about your mental state, you're thinking about, you know, physically how to be just strong and fit. So I would say for myself, the last thing that's happened is that I've let myself go. And I think what people need to hear when they say you've let yourself go, I think it needs to be, no, I've just let myself be. You know, I've just let myself be. I've let myself be who I am. And that's it. You know, a lot of these people, they don't know any better themselves, you know. They have probably their own fears about going grey. And like I said, you know, society has kind of stereotyped grey hair in a certain way. So it's not a surprise that, you know, lots of women think like this. You know, it will even be women older than you, women who might be in their 70s, 80s, who have embraced their grey, who are grandmothers and maybe great-grandmothers, and they will still say it to the younger women, why have you done it, especially in the Indian culture. And in fact, actually on that note, I just want you to know that I'm going to be having a video come out, and it's going to be fully in Punjabi. And in Punjabi, the kind of comments Indian women will say to each other when the greys are coming through. So watch out for that one. I think it's going to be quite interesting and probably quite funny as well. Anyhow, if this video did help you today, please let me know, comment below. And if you're not already, subscribe and hit the notifications. I have a video coming out every Sunday. I've probably said this about 3 times now in this video, but I just want to basically home it in. Yeah, so I will see you next week, and until then, just remember, grey is okay. Bye.